Good evening, good afternoon. This is Simon from 254 Excel Academy. And thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for tuning in. Um, this is 254 Excel Academy, basically concerned with all the MS Excel trainings. This is 2020 MS Excel Training and Coaching Edition, version 1. Um, Let me just give an overview of myself. I said my name is Simon. I'm a MIS, that is Management Information Systems, WFM, which is Workforce Management Executive, from one of the companies here in Kenya. And most of the time I do online trainings. I do also physical trainings. But due to the pandemic which is there, we are just doing online trainings. Now, very quickly, let us look at what we'll be covering on our entire training. So, very quickly, let us look on our PPT presentation. So, on our first slide now, when you check it, you'll see it's 254 Excel training, and which is concerned with analyzing and visualization of data using MS Excel platform. Anyway, why should you learn MS Excel? Perhaps you can do that one to work smarter, to work faster, to reduce errors in your work, be more efficient, remove the frustrations, impress the boss, perhaps, improve your job prospects, become the office guru. Becoming the office guru is someone who knows how to use the MS app. Very quickly, these are some of the formulas that are used on the MS Excel. We have very many, but these are the basic one. We have some which is basic, of course. We have subtraction formula, average. We have also average if. We have VLOOKUP. We have count. We have count if. We have count all. We have also count, as I said, count ifs. We have sums. Then we have some ifs. We have if analysis is a formula itself. We have index and match. We have right and left. We have trim. We have trade. We have linear. We have intent. Now, these are most of the formulas that are used on the MS Excel, but don't worry, we shall look on each one of them. We shall be doing one by one pass per day. Um, what is MS Excel? Which we are going to base on our training. This is a spreadsheet component of the Microsoft Office suite used primarily to enter, edit, format, sort, perform mathematical computation, save, retrieve, and print numeric data. We have this just something I was trying to do here. Some function. We'll be looking at that, but we are going to start the VLOOKUP. Any data that you are doing, VLOOKUP is key and the most used. Anyway, what is VLOOKUP function? This is the most used formula, as I said. It's used to look up and retrieve data from specific column in a table. Look up a value in a table by matching on the first column the matched value from a table. Now, this is the syntax on how the VLOOKUP does look like. We have the lookup value, then we have the table array, then you have the column which we are looking for. Then here you can put false. False basically returns the exact match. You can also use instead, you can use true or 1. True basically shows the close value. If at all you do not have the exact value, it will give you the close value. Instead of using false, you can also use 0 instead. Okay, let's like it is when you check. False is used to return the exact value, unlike true, which returns a close number. Okay. but we are going to see that one practically on our presentation. Now, these are some of the formulas that we'll be looking at. This is just nesting formulas. We are going to see that one on our training. Like we have some if, into bracket count ifs. But that one you're going to see on our entire training. Uh, we have index match. We come to that. Then you have match. Very quickly, we are also going to see the pivot tables, which are very key in every data presentation, and also the graphs. Let's see. Also, we have the charts. We are going to see all the charts that we have. We have the column chart, we have the line charts, we have the pie charts, we have the bar charts, we have the area charts, we have the scatter charts, then we have the donut charts. Now, let's see a donut chart. Now, this is what we call the donut chart. Donut chart basically shows the progress. Okay, like my data here, this data, I was just trying to show some presentation of my data here. This is the data, the raw dump. Now, on my data here, I have some salespersons. You can see we have Same, we have Dor, we have Akama, then we have Philip. Then we have the region, then we have the products that they were doing sales on. Then we have the units sold, then we have the revenue return. Now, my download here just showing you the sales percentage per region per salesperson. Like here, when you check on Akama here, in East he sold 12% of the products that he was given. Then in North he sold 18%. In West he had the most sales at 70%. That's why you see the donut showing you green. When you come to Philip, Philip in East he sold 29%, North 28%, West 43%. Then you have Odor the same. We have these sales. Now that's just roughly showing you on what we'll be covering later in our trainings. Then let me see. This is just to show you how we nest formulas. They are very complicated, but I'll take you through to show you how we nest this one. Basically, this one shows you the movement, whether we have an increase or a decrease, and when you check closely, you see we have some arrows. Now, let me just hide this one. Well, now pay attention here. Pay attention here because I want to show you the difference. Now, this one we call it conditional formatting. When we have any movement, these colors does change. For instance, we want to make this one to be like red and show you there's a decrease in sales perhaps, and when there's a decrease in sales it will show red. Okay, let's say here is where we had 30 on January 26 we had 30. Then in July there was sales of around let's say 20. Okay, 20. You'll see there'll be a change here to show you red instead. You see, so there was a movement of that 3.33%. That's why you see the arrow has changed. Now, if out of this one was 20, let's do 20, and then it increased to 30, you'll see that 3.33 changing to upwards and it will show you green. So let's say that we have sales for at around 30. So this one will change. You see, we had 50% increase in our share sales. So that's just some of the things that we'll be tackling. But first things first. As I said, we'll be going on through this. We're also going to look at the macros, and finally, we are going to see at the how the Power BI does work. Basically, Power BI is an online platform which is used for data analysis and visualization. But that one we are going to check it later in our training. Well, this is the data that we'll be using on our entire training. This data is complex. To start with, it's complex and it has a lot of data. When you check our rows here, we will go until you see we have for 2,578 rows on the data. So that's basically to show you our data is complex and heavy. Now this data is extracted from USA platforms. Basically, it's given access to the data analysts, perhaps to be doing trainings like the one I'm doing to you. This is just the data presents some customer complaints with the different companies. Okay, so the products that we have complaints on are like this one. Okay, so these are the issues that we have. To use customers with the incorrect information, opening an account, problem with the credit reporting, companies investigation to an system problem with the credit reporting, companies, trouble using your card, you see, struggling to repay your loan. Okay, so those are some of the, or rather, those are the issues that we have. When you check here, we have some. Like here you see we have mortgage issues, we have debit collection. So as I said, this is just some of the this just customers complaints in different days. So these are the companies that we have. We have very many companies here. We have J Morgan, we have Equif Equifax, we have Capital, Neviet, Wells Fargo, and company, which is also available here in our local, or rather in our country, Kenya. So these are some of the companies that we have. Now we can see how many, or rather, how many times the company is appearing in our data. So we can just form a VLOOKUP, or not VLOOKUP, but a pivot table to see how many times the company is appearing on our row dump. Let's call this one our row dump only. This is the row dump. So let's very quickly just go to another sheet and paste our companies there. So for you to know how many times the company is appearing on that row dump, you use the pivot table. But we'll come to that one deeply. But this is just briefly to show you how we do some of these things before we embark on what we are doing. That is the VLOOKUP. Now, the shortcut to enter the pivot table is Alt NV. Okay, then you click on the system. If at all you want the pivot table to come on the same sheet as your data, then you click some outside a cell to give you the location of the pivot table. Then you click OK. Alright. Then you have the company. You put the company on the rows. Okay. Then on the values, you also put the company. Now this shows how many times the company appears on our data. Now we need this one to be appearing on the ascending order. Alright. So instead of going all the way to going to insert and then home, I don't know, you're going to home, sorting from A to Z, you just the shortcut is Alt HSO. Okay. So Experian Information Solutions is the company which is appearing most. It is appearing 4,819 times in our data. So basically that one shows you how much our data is complex and how much our data is heavy. Okay. Now let's go back to our roadmap. Now we are looking for, we want to go directly to our VLOOKUP. So let's say we need this. Let's copy up to there. Okay. Let's also go to our previous data. Then we create another sheet. Now let's put our companies here. Let's say, because as I said, the data is very complex, we are just going to pick the first 10. Okay, so the first 10. So now, when picking this one, you don't count like 1, 2, 3. No, you just come here. This one will give you the count. Okay, you just check here to give the count of the company. So for me, I'll just pick and then drop down until where I see 10. Okay, so when you see here, it is just giving you 10 to show you have selected 10 items. Right, then let's go about companies. Then let's put them there. Okay, now this is let's just put there something like I can just put green. Now we are going to use VLOOKUP to get the state. Okay, we are going to get the states here. Let's say these are the states that we have, but we are going to that data is going to be picked by the VLOOKUP. So pay attention here, friends, and my students are pay attention here, because this is our reasons to why we are doing this presentation, or rather we are doing this training. And we need to get this one rightly for us to be able to understand the entire process of the VLOOKUP. Before we go to another thing, which is our next topic will be on the HLOOKUP. We'll be checking the next day from this. Well, now we're going to use the VLOOKUP to get the state. So as I said before, every formula does start with a equal sign. Very important, equal sign. So you put there your equal sign, then VLOOKUP. Say you can just type V and then L. It will bring you the VLOOKUP. Instead of double clicking, you can just press on your tab key on your keyboard. Then we need down you click. We are looking the lookup value is our company. Okay, as the formula shows you here, the lookup value is our company. So you click on your company. Okay, then the formula again tells you go to the table array. Now table array is our row dump, and we are looking for the state. Okay, now you come here, you start with the first column where the companies are appearing. You don't go again to start with the F, which is the company public response. It won't give you the return anything, it just give you an NA because you are starting with the row column. So where the companies are, which we are looking for, is the first column. Okay, so we are checking for the state, which is column 2. This is column 1, column 2. And also this one, when you check on our pen, it will show you we are in the column 2, which is 2C. Okay, then on our formula you put there a comma to separate. As I said, we were checking on the column 2 because we want that one to return the state 2. And then we want the exact match. You see, here we have the true, which is probably a match. Then you have false, the exact match. Okay, you can just put 0 instead of false, or you can just put the false. But let's put 0. Okay, then you just enter. Now, wonderful. Our formula has just returned FL, which is the state for the check R company. Now you can just double click here for the formula to drop until the last company. If at all you have a very intense data, or you can just drag down. It's still going to work. And also you can just double click. So you come at the corner till where you see the plus sign, then you double click. Okay. So that is the state for every company which is appearing here. And as I was saying, we are going to fill out this one using the VLOOKUP for you to understand better what we mean by the VLOOKUP. Now, we are looking for the zip code for every company. We have already checked the state, so we are looking for the zip code. We said every formula starts with an equal sign. So VLOOKUP, I said you press the tab key, then you are looking for the company. When you check here, I said you can read here, it will give you the lookup value. The lookup value here in our formula is the company. You click on the first company. Then it will tell you the table array. Which table are we looking this data from? Okay. We are looking from our row dump. So as I said, you have to start the column where the companies are appearing. So the zip code is column 3. So our companies are in column 1, state column 2, zip code is in column 3. So you put comma, then column 3, then comma, then 0 to present false. Then you enter. Wonderful. So that is the zip code. I said you just double click. It will just give down. Okay. Let's see why the JP Morgan Chase is giving a 0 return. Now it will give you the 0 return because we have nothing. We have those cells have nothing on them. That's why it's returning on. That's why it's returning 0, which is correct. Now we are looking for tags. So very quickly, we said we use the equal sign first. So then VL, enter. Then our lookup value, as usual, is the company, comma. Then you go to our row dump. I said we are supposed to start with the column where the companies are appearing. So we are looking for the tags. So our company is in column 1, state column 2, zip code column 3, tags are in column 4. So comma 4 0, then you enter. You see? So the tag is service member. We have service member, service member, service member. So where we have 0, as we said, we have nothing on the cells. That's why it's returning 0. Then now we have the consumer's consent provided. Okay. Let me see. Let us maximize this one to get the headings. Okay. Until there, I hope you are getting something and you are learning and you are getting how our VLOOKUP is used. So we are in the consumer consent provided. Okay. So as I said, you start the equal sign, then the VLOOKUP. Then we are looking up for the check international, or rather the local value is our company. So you just click on the first company, comma, the table array. So as I said, because you're looking for the company should be the first column. I said you cannot start with F, neither can you start with E or D or C or B or A. You must start with G. That is column G, where the companies are appearing. Okay, or rather where our local value is appearing. That one should be the first column. We are looking at the consumer consent provided. So, as I said, the company is column 1, state column 2, zip column 3, tags column 4, then consumer consent provided is in column 5, comma, 5, comma, 0, enter. Wonderful. So the formula is already returned what is available on the road dump. Okay, I said you just double click here. It will just provide the correct data for you. Okay, so again now you are looking at the submitted, or rather the issue was submitted via what? Was it via mail? Was it via web? Via or was it, which channel was used to send the response to the company? So here it is. Okay. So these responses were sent via web, postal mail, okay, postal mail, phone, the customer call, referral, postal mail. But we're interested on the first companies that we copied there for our understanding, all right? So again, we are going to go to our VLOOKUP. So I said, as usual, we are supposed to start with an equal sign. So VLOOKUP. Again, you just go to the lookup value is our company, then comma, then you go to table array, which is on our row dump. Okay, so you just come here. The company should be always the first column. So column 2, our company is column 1, column 2, zip state, column 3, zip code, column 4, tags, consumer concept, column 5. Then we are interested in submitted via what? So that one is in column 6, okay, comma 6, comma, you can use false or 0 and then enter. Wonderful. Our formula has already returned the web, or rather returned the resource for that company. So you just double click. So all these companies receive the response via a web. Okay. Then we go to the date sent to company. Okay. When did this one reach the company? Again, we are going to go to our formula. I said our formula should start with an equal sign. VLOOKUP. Our lookup value is the first company. I said that then we go to table array, which is on our row dump. Okay. So the first column. Then we are interested in the date sent. So the company as usual should be this first column. State is column 2. Zip code column 3. Tags column 4. Consumer concept column 5. Submitted via column 6. Date sent is column 7. So this is the date. You see how the date is appearing here. We are going to change that one. So to change that one, you just click Control 1. Okay. Control 1. Then you go to dates. Then you can choose the data or the date of your choice. Let's choose that one. So you see this one has changed. Okay. So this one was January 1st. Then you just drag your formula. All this received on this data on January 1st. So you can just change the format of the of your date. I said it's Control plus 1. Okay. You can also change it to maybe your preferred date or rather the date of your preference. You can choose this. Then okay. You see that one is, it will show you the year, the month, the date, the month, and then the year. Then you just drag. As simple as that. So let's hide this one, assuming that we do not have this one, because we are going to, when you just want to get that one, you use the same procedure that you have used. Now to hide the columns, it is Control plus 0. You just hide your columns. So that is how simply the VLOOKUP is used. Nothing more. It's just that simple, and everyone can understand. There is nothing hard. In case of anything, you can always call us, or rather, you can always call me. I said we have the number to reach me, that is 0736666662. That number is basically for 254 Excel Academy. Thank you for listening. See you in our next training section. VLOOKUP is our next bay. Bye.